So friends, yesterday I did a Justice Matters video on how Donald Trump's executive order revoking the constitutional guarantee of birthright citizenship would be struck down by the courts. What I didn't know is just how quickly it would happen. Because today, a federal judge who's been on the bench for more than 40 years and who was appointed to the federal bench by President Ronald Reagan just told Donald Trump and his administration and his DOJ lawyers who went into court to argue in favor of that executive order, he told them that Trump's executive order is, quote, blatantly unconstitutional, close quote. Points of light, friends, points of light. Let's talk about that because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So friends, let's get right to the new reporting about this colossal failure of Donald Trump, his administration, and his Department of Justice lawyers. This from CNN. Headline, Judge blocks Trump's blatantly unconstitutional executive order that aims to end birthright citizenship. And that article begins, a federal judge said Thursday that President Donald Trump's executive order ending birthright citizenship was, quote, blatantly unconstitutional, close quote, and issued a temporary restraining order to block it. Judge John Coughenour, a Ronald Reagan appointee who sits in Seattle, granted the request by Washington Attorney General Nick Brown and 3 other Democratic-led states for the emergency order halting implementation of the policy for the next 14 days while there are more briefings in the legal challenge. This quote from the judge, I have been on the bench for over 4 decades. I can't remember another case where the question presented was as clear, Coughenour said. Quote, where were the lawyers when the decision to sign the executive order was made? The judge asked. He said that it boggled his mind that a member of the bar, a lawyer, would claim the order was constitutional. Well, Judge Coughenour, welcome to the age of governmental lawlessness in America. It's my editorial edition. The article continues. The Democratic-led states are seeking a temporary restraining order as they argue that Trump's executive order is a blatant violation of the Constitution's 14th Amendment, which guarantees citizenship to all children born on U.S. soil and subject to the jurisdiction thereof. An attorney for the state of Washington, Lane Polizzola, told the judge that births cannot be paused while the court considers the case. Quote, babies are being born today, here, and in the plaintiff states and around the country with a cloud cast over their citizenship, Polizzola said. Children denied citizenship under Trump's order will face long-term, substantial negative impacts, he added. Polizzola also argued that the Trump administration not only ignored those harms in the filings it has submitted so far in the dispute, but that harm appears to be the purpose of the executive order. Cruelty is the purpose. Harm to human beings is the purpose. Again, that's my addition. Justice Department Attorney Brett Shumate urged the court to hold off on issuing an emergency order blocking the policy until there was more briefing on the policy. And this is what the DOJ lawyer on behalf of Donald Trump said. Quote, I understand your concerns, Shoemate said, but he urged the court against making a snap judgment on the merits, like the snap judgment Donald Trump made within, hours or a couple of days of being sworn in. He signs a blatantly unconstitutional executive order trying to change the Constitution, trying to revoke the constitutional right, guarantee of birthright citizenship. Kind of sounds like he did that in a snap, no? And friends, we know what Trump is doing. He is doing transparently unconstitutional shit, hoping that he can push that shit up to the Supreme Court, hoping that, his justices, as he sometimes refers to them, will be willing to change the Constitution for him. The way they changed the Constitution by giving him absolute presidential immunity. And friends, I know I've said this before, but it bears repeating. One of our nation's preeminent constitutional scholars, Yale Law professor Akil Reed Amar, said that with their presidential immunity ruling, the Supreme Court ruled the Constitution is unconstitutional. Where do we go from there? But Trump is hoping that maybe, just maybe, enough Supreme Court justices are as hateful and xenophobic and disloyal to the Constitution as he is. What are the odds? How many Supreme Court justices are determined to remain loyal to the Constitution, and how many are not? Let's hope there are five justices who remain loyal to the text of the Constitution, not to mention to precedent. 5 justices, maybe, just maybe, to at least 5 justices. Justice matters. Friends, as always, please stay safe. Please stay tuned. And I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.